this video, I'm going to explain relate customer units of weight. So we will follow the same procedure and we will keep in our mind if we want to convert between the units of weight or units of capacity or units of weight or length or anything like that or mass, we will order from smaller to larger our units. So look here, the smallest units here I have ounce, then pound is greater than ounce, and ton is the greatest one. Okay, so if I'm going to convert from ounce to pound or from pound to ton, I'm going to divide. But if I want to convert from ton to pound, I have to multiply. From pound to ounce, I have to multiply again. So I will use the same procedure and I will use the same rule. If I am going to convert from smaller to larger, we have to divide, but from larger to smaller, we are going to multiply. Okay, you have to keep in your mind when we have to divide, when we have to multiply. Again, ounce is the smallest unit of weight, then pound is greater than ounce, pound is less than ton and greater than ounce, so ton is the greatest unit. Now again, you have to keep in your mind these things: ounce, pound, ton. If we are going to convert from ounce to pound or a pound to ton, we have to divide. Ton to pound, pound to ounce, we have to multiply. Again, from smaller to larger, we have to divide. From larger to smaller, we have to multiply. So in this box, we have units of weight. Each 16 ounces or O's. Look, this is different, not the fluid ounces. This is ounces only, because this is depends on weight, but fluid ounces depends on capacity. So 16 ounces equal 1 pound. 16 equal 1 pound, and 1 pound equals 16 ounces. And each ton equals 2,000 pounds, and 2,000 pounds equal 1 ton. So in this lesson, it's so easy because we took how to convert between the units, and now we have an idea how to convert, how to divide, how to multiply. So I will go direct to the problems. Now look at this example. I will study this example. In this example, I will convert 3,000 lb means pound to ton. lb means pound, t means ton, okay, and oz means ounces. So if I want to convert 3,000 lb to 1 ton or 3,000 pounds to 1 ton, I have to divide. Why? Because lb is smaller than ton, so I will divide them. I will divide by what? By 2,000. So 3,000 lb is 3,000 divided by 2,000. Now if I want to divide these numbers, if dividend and divisor contains zeros, I will put them as a fraction. It's better. Why? You will see why. To cross 1, 2, 3 from numerator and 1, 2, 3 from denominator. So I will get 3 over 2. 3 divided by 2, it's 1.5 or 1.5 ton. Okay? Now another example, 15 or 52 oz or ounces. I want to convert them to lb. Here I have two ways to show my answer. I can get exact answer, or I can say I have something lb and something left over from ounces. Look here, inside each one lb we have 16 ounces or 16 oz. I will divide 52 by 16. I can see how many 16s we have inside 52, or you can divide 52 divided by 16. It's a 3. 3 times 6, 48. 3 times 1, 3 plus 4. Now, so 3 times 1, 3 plus 1 is 4. Now subtract 2 minus 1, we have to regroup, becomes 12, and this one becomes 4. 12 minus 8 is 4, and 4 minus 4 is 0. Look here, I can see I have a 3 LB and 4 O's left over. I can see 3 LB and 4 O's left over, or I can keep dividing, add decimal point and add 0 to dividend. 40 divided by 16 is 2. 32, subtract, this becomes tens. 3, 10 minus 2 is 8, 2 minus 2 is 0, add another 0, you have to keep adding zeros, okay, because I don't want to see any remainder. So 80 divided by 16, I can hide the 0 and I can hide 6. 8 divided by 1, 8. When I use 8 here, it's greater than 80. When I use 7, it's greater than 80. So the number is 5. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 1, 5 with 3 is 8. So I have exactly 3.25 LB. 3.25 LB. You can choose any way you want. 3 LB and 4 ounces left over, or you can say 3.25 LB. Now let me solve some problems in front of you here to convert measurement of weight. Of what? Of weight. Now I have 32 O's. I want to convert them to LB. From smaller to bigger, we have to divide. Now let me change the color. Let me use red, it's better, because our question is in black. So 32 divided by 16, it's easy. I can get the answer direct. It's 2 LB. And 12 tons to LB, we have to multiply by 2000, because from bigger to smaller we have to multiply. So 12 times 2000. I have to keep the zeros in the answer. No need to put them here and hide them from here. So 2 times 12 is 24. So the answer is 24,000 LB. Or you can say 10,000 LB to ton. From smaller to bigger we have to divide. We have to divide by what? By 2000. So 10,000 divided by 2000. Again, I told you, if I have in dividend and divisor here, zeros, I can use them as fraction. 10,000 over 2,000, right? You can cross 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 10 divided by 2 now, it's easier to divide. Okay, when we are crossing the zeros, we have to cross the same number of zeros inside numerator and the same number of zeros inside denominator. So when I cross the 3 zeros up, I have to cross 3 zeros down. So 10 divided by 2, it's 5 tons. Okay, now again, 5,000 LB to ton. I will divide again. From smaller to bigger we have to divide. So 5,000, I can put them as a fraction direct, over 2,000 cross the 3 zeros. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5 tons, right? And 5 LB to O's. From bigger to smaller we have to multiply. 5 by 16 becomes 80 O's. 24 O's to LB. 24 divided by 16. From smaller to bigger we have to divide. So 24 divided by 16, you can here again use a fraction. If you have a small number, you can simplify by 2 becomes 12 over 8. Again by 2, 6 over 4. By 2 becomes a 3 over 2. Now 3 over 2, it's 1.5 LB. Okay? Here again, 6 tons to LB. From bigger to smaller we have to multiply. 6 by 2,000. Put the zeros inside the answer. 6 times 2 and cross them from here. Becomes a 12, so 12,000 LB. 64 O's to LB. I have to divide, because from smaller to bigger we have to multiply. Or divide. No, we have to divide. From smaller to bigger we have to divide. Bigger to smaller, multiply. So I will divide here 64 divided by 16. Again, you can put it over 16, you can put it as a fraction. I can divide by 16 1, divide by 16 is 4. So the answer 4 over 1, it's 4 lb. Okay? Again here the same, 4000 lb to ton we have to divide by 2000. So I will say 4000 divided by 2000, or 4000 over 2000, because division we can convert it as a fraction, cross 1 2 3 zeros, 1 2 3 zeros. So 4 divided by 2 is 2 ton, 2 tons. Okay, now look here, I have 1000 lb. I will convert it to ton and I will convert it to oz. From bigger to smaller, multiply. From smaller to bigger, divide. So I will divide this question to two parts. One in division, one in multiplication. So from lb to oz, I will multiply 1000 lb times 16. Take the zeros, put them in the answer direct, and cross them from here. 16 by 1 is 16, so it's 16,000 oz. 1000 to ton, I can say 1000 divided by 2000. 1000 divide or over 2000, cross the zeros. 1 over 2, it's half ton. Okay? Look here again, lb to ton or oz. From lb to oz, multiply. lb to ton, divide, because from bigger to smaller, divide. From smaller to bigger, we have to divide. We have to keep in our mind again, smaller to bigger, divide. Bigger to smaller, we have to multiply. Again, 2000, I will divide it again into two parts. I will solve each question individual. So 2000 divide by 2000. So any number divided by itself, it's 1. So it's 1 ton. And here 2000 times 16. I will bring the zeros down in the answer direct and cross them from here. So 16 times 2 is 32,000 oz. Okay? Now look here again. I told you before we can show our answer in two ways. Right? I can get the answer or the exact answer, or I can show my answer using what? The remainder. So the 7,000 here lb to ton we have to divide. 7,000 over 2,000 becomes 7 over 2. 7 over 2, it's a 3.5 tons. Or I can say 7 over 2, 3, 6, when I multiply here, 3 by 2, 6, 1. I can say 3 tons and 1 lb left over. Okay? I can say 3 tons and 1 lb left over. Okay? And 1 left over. 1 left over means 1000. Okay? Means 1000, because here I crossed, and 1000 lb left over. Okay? Because here I crossed, because each one here 1 left over, 1 over 2, 1 over 2, 1 over 2, that means 1000 over 2000, or 1000 lb left over. Look here, 120 oz to lb we have to divide by 16, right? 120 divided by 16. I have to check. By 5 is 80, by 6 is 96, by 7 or by 8, 7 by 6, 42, 7 by 1, 7, 11. So regroup, becomes 10, becomes 1, 8, 0, 0. So 8 left over here. So the answer is 7 lb and 8 oz left over. Or you can keep dividing, add 0 here and add decimal point up, and continue dividing. 80 divided by 16 is 5. 80, 0, 0 when I subtract. So I can say I have 7.5 lb or 7 lb and 8 oz leftover. Now to compare, again as I told you before, I can convert from LB to O's, multiplying O's to LB, dividing, it's up to you. So now I will say 48 O's or 3 times 16 to convert it as O's. 48 O's is equal to 48 O's after converting. Okay? Here ton to LB, always we have to multiply because it's better. 5 times 2000 or 4950, 10,000 or 4950. So 10,000 is greater than 4950. LB to O's, always I will take multiplying. So 2 times 16 or 40, 32 is less than 40 O's, right? Here we will follow the same procedure. I will show you just how to make it. Here I will divide by 2000, okay, or 3 ton multiplied by 2000. So this, so 6500 is greater than 6000. 4.5 LB or 70. Again here I will multiply. So 4.5 times 16 or 70. Okay, I will say 16, 4.5, 5 times 6, 30, 5 by 1, 5 with the 3 is 8, add 0 because now I will use tens, 4 by 6, 24, 4 by 1, 4 with 1, 2 is 6, then add them, 0, 2, 1, 7. So here I have only one digit in the decimals, so I will put here, so 72. So 72 is greater than 70, right? Or 5.5 times 2000, 5.5 times 2000, or 11,000. So I will cross 0, I will cross the decimal point. I will bring the zeros down. 2 by 55 is 110, so they are equal. Okay, or you can multiply like this. Keep the zero, put the zeros down. 5.5 times 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 5, 10. 11. I have only one digit, so it becomes here. So 11 and I have 3 zeros, so it's 11,000. Okay. Now select the appropriate unit to measure each object. Use tons, pounds, or ounces. So the first one, the weight of tractor must be in tons. We cannot say ounces or pounds. We have to say tons. Okay. Now question number 25, the weight of kitten. Kitten is very small, so we can say ounces or LB means pounds. The weight of microscope, pounds, because pounds is greater than, also I will say pounds. LB means pounds. The weight of cell phone, again, I can say Oz. Okay. Why would it better to express the weight of a kitchen table is pounds rather than in ounces or tons? Here you can say ounces is very small. We have used it to use small objects, and ton, we are using ton for large objects like tractor or truck or train or car or anything like that. Small objects like pencil or kitten or puppy or something like that. But for a medium objects, we will use, I can say, pounds. So here explanation, the answer will be vary. That means different from any student to another one or from one to another. So here you can explain anything. You can say I will use those for small objects, none for large objects, and for the medium one like tables, laptop, anything like that, carpet or anything medium objects, I will use pounds. Tables, chairs, something like that, I will use pounds. Okay? Don't forget, boys, it's very important you have to keep in your mind O's, LB, tons. Like that, we have to divide from smaller, like that, we have to multiply. Ton to LB, we will use 2000. Multiply 2000 or divide 2000. O's to LB, 16, divide or multiply by 16. Is that clear? It's very important. Okay. Bye.